This front page is just a place that I recommend going to explore more. If you're like, I'd like to get a little more into Yoga Sutras, how should I do that? I would say just go through this list, 1 word a week or something like that. Get to know that word, see where it falls into the Yoga Sutra, see the phrase. It's just a list of like my favorite, my all-time favorite greatest hits. The va, you might get to that, and you might be like, why am I looking at va? Like or. Why is or an important word here? It's because that's a section on meditation, which we're not going to talk about much today, but you'll see he lists all these different meditations. He says you can do this meditation. Va, you can do this meditation. Or you can do this one. Or you can do this one. Or you can do this one. And you see he's just presenting a whole slew of options for meditation, which is a very non-reified way of approaching meditation. We were talking about Goenka as Vipassana. Goenka, there's a man named Goenka who started a style of Vipassana that he named Vipassana to make it confusing. But it's a really beautiful tradition, but he comes from the old school, a little more dogmatic, and he says, this is the way. He kind of has that quality of like, this is the way, this is the only real way to do it. And Patanjali does not do that. Patanjali's like, or you could do this, or you could do that, or you could do that. So he gives a whole bunch of meditations, and then he goes into Ashtanga. So let's explore Ashtanga a little bit. What's the first of the 8 limbs? Anybody know offhand? So, yamas. Yeah, yamas. And yamas mean restraints. So the first of the 8 limbs are restraints. The next one are niyamas, which you can think of the yamas as disciplines we do when we engage other people, when we engage the world, restraints we engage in externally. Niyamas are kind of restraints we engage in with our own lives. So you'll see the yamas are about how I interact with people, the niyamas are about how I interact with myself.
Ni and N?
Yeah, N-I. N-I-Y-A.
And those are how you interact with yourself?
Yeah.
Restraints of how you interact with yourself?
Yeah, you'll see we're going to go through those quite in depth. But first we're going to do a quick overview of the whole 8-limb path. The next one, number 3, is asana. Okay, and here we need to pause a little bit. Because we used to kind of assume, what would we assume he meant by asana?
Postures?
Yeah, we kind of assume it means what we say when we say asana. But really, if you look at it now, most scholars agree that it actually has nothing to do with that. Asana, as we know, really came about like the 13th century. What he means by asana is just seat, meditation seat. And basically, it's just 3 lines on how you should sit in meditation. You should be at ease. It's basically when you read them, you're like, this doesn't sound like a yoga class. This sounds more like a meditation class. So now, does that mean that there's no yoga asana in the Yoga Sutras? Which would be fascinating because it's, it's the main text taught in the yoga trainings. And I think it should be taught. It's a beautiful text. But it is not heavy on asana. Where asana is found in the Yoga Sutras is under niyamas. Particularly under what's called tapas, which is austerity. Asana is one of the austerities we do, which prepares our mind for awakening. This is a little bit in the live debate, just so you know. This is still debated among scholars.
I'm glad.
You're glad it's debated?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God for live debates.
Yeah.
Non-reified ideas. But anyway, so you just know that it potentially might just mean, it used to be taught in the 80s and the 90s, it used to be taught, oh, this is asana, about doing exercises. now most people say, it's mostly just about meditation posture.
Well, it's about both. Like, why do we have to, you know, I mean, to get to a level of such physical acceleration that now I will just sit on the cushion.
Right.
I have ascended beyond the need for physical movement. It's like, you know, when you're 100, you still want to be able to like, do it. And, you know, see what else, you know, and maybe there's times, there's seasons where we don't.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
there could be a natural pulsation.
Totally, absolutely.
Just
So
keep that ball bouncing.
so that's number 3, asana. Number 4 is pranayama, which you all know. Jess has been doing some awesome pranayama with you all. Now, we think of pranayama as breath control, but let's break the word down a little bit. Prana, right, it's related to breath, but it's not just breath, right? And yama is restraint. So pranayama technically is restraining, creating riverbanks for prana to flow.
Restraining, creating the living space?
Well, I think, you know, restraining, like, you know how when you have, when a riverbank gets really narrow, the energy gets more powerful. So that's what we're doing in pranayama. We're creating some restraints so that prana can become much more powerful. What are the restraints? We might be doing like a, you know, kumbhaka or, you know, some different nadi shodhana, or we might be doing restraints that allow for that prana to become a little more scintillated, a little clear, a little more vibrant. Mostly it's translated as breath regulation because breath and prana run in tandem together. You want to calm prana, calm your breath, it will affect your prana. You want your prana to be really jaggedy, then start to like hyperventilate. You know that beauty of kids that are really into exploring. Let's hyperventilate and see what happens. You could probably all use a little more of an exploration. Number 5 is pratyahara, and that is Pratyahara, pratyahara. What does that mean? Anybody know? Yeah, turning the senses in, sense withdrawal. St. Teresa says it beautifully, not paying close attention to what is not God.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there's a reason she uses double negatives. Just know that. When you see double negatives among saints, there's a deep, beautiful reason that not paying close attention to that which is not God. So that's a beautiful way of thinking about pratyahara, sense withdrawal. Just again, kind of how we started the class, asking yourself, is this really what I want to use my precious budding heart for? Is this really of that importance for me to be paying attention to right now? If it's on the news, chances are probably not. Oh, remind me, I'll show you the picture of the giraffe in the All right, and then number 6, 7, and 8 are all related. Now we move into the deeper dimensions of meditation. There's a very easy way to like differentiate between them. Number 6 is dharana, D-H-A-R, D-H-A-R-A-N-A, dharana. Number 7 is dhyana, D-H-Y-A-N-A. And number 8 is samadhi.
How do you spell it?
You can spell it any way you want pretty much, but S-A-M-A-D-H-A-I. All right, so what are those 3? Dharana is, and we're going to talk more about this on Sunday, but dharana is placing your mind on an object. Like if I said, let's meditate on the breath. The moment you make contact with the breath, like really physically feeling it, you've hit dharana. You're placing the mind on an object. Dhyana is keeping your mind on that, fixating. So you can think of it as concentration, as dharana. Dhyana is fixation, holding it there. somebody fixes their vision on you, right? It's like, I made contact and now I'm fixing it. And then samadhi is, for now we can call it absorption. You make contact with the object, you fixate on it, and then there's an absorption that happens.
So is Tradaka dhyana?
So if you're like with a candle, for example, yeah, so the minute you put your eyes on the candle, you're dharma, and then if you can hold it there, that's dhyana.
Okay.
All right, everybody good on that? That's the 8 limbs. So that's, Patanjali says, all right, the path, the liberation is possible. How do you get there? One way to get there is these step-by-step 8 limbs. They are in a hierarchy. You do one and then the other and then the other. You do them all together, but they move in order. So after, we're going to take a quick break. After the break, we're going to then spend the rest of our time really exploring maybe a slightly unusual way of looking at the yamas and the yamas. Cool. 2:30 now. How long of a break do we have? Yeah, we're doing like, yeah, five minutes or so, 5-10 minutes. Awesome.